Today's episode includes discussions of abuse and mental health issues. If anything we cover hits close to home, know that you don't have to navigate it alone. We love you. This episode is dedicated to every type of mom in every season, with every story, and every kind of motherhood. We see you, and this is for you. To the moms holding it all together, the ones doing it alone, and the ones in the messy middle, gooey dough, burnt toast, and risen bread. Mothers of all types are beautiful. So we see you, and we made this for you.
You were
Thank you.
to live with.
But was she wearing a tampon? Welcome to the Breadcrumb Effect podcast,
where we interview interesting people with a story to tell
and share what breadcrumbs they picked up along the way. I'm Dani.
And I'm Brittany.
Welcome to the Breadcrumb Effect.
Welcome to the Breadcrumb Effect.
For the next 2 episodes, we will be discussing all things motherhood. This is our special Mother's Day episode, and Brittany and I go into all the things our mothers taught us. We had lots of laughs, of course we cried, and my mom got to join us, which was really special. We had some deeply insightful and healing discussions. So for part 2, which will come next week, we'll be getting more into my mom's journey, all the different types of abuse that she endured, and what her healing journey has looked like. So we hope you enjoy. Yep. Thank you for joining us today on this special Mother's Day episode. I know that you're nervous, but it's okay. It's just a conversation.
Thank you.
Don't be nervous.
Thank you.
You obviously love Dani, and you obviously love me too. So we're good.
I do. I feel like I've known you for a long time, and I just met you today.
It's so fun having you on. This is going to be great. But we wanted you on for a lot of different reasons, because you have a story to tell, and you have a story that I think will help a lot of people. So we're going to talk a lot about what are the things that our mothers taught us. So we do want to hear what Grandma Shannon taught you. Mm-hmm. So we'll share things that our moms taught us. And I shared my story in my episode. And I want to give you an opportunity to share your story and some of the things that were said as well, because there's 2 sides to every story and there's always a different perspective. And so I think it would only be right for you to share your story. So with that, shall we start with things our moms taught us?
I think so.
So I'm just going to share a list of things that you've taught me.
Okay.
This
interesting. See if I remember anything.
I don't remember doing that. To love and appreciate nature.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So why was that important for you?
I've just always been a huge nature person. And like when I was growing up, when we'd go somewhere in the car, we weren't even allowed to look at a book. We were always told, look outside, watch outside, because there's always something to see. And just God has really given us these beautiful animals to see. And rock formations. And I just love nature. It's just one of my favorite things.
Yes.
It always has been. And that's probably why I just instilled it into you, just because I like it so much. And now you like it so much, and your girls like it so much. And it's just an awesome thing to me.
We've done hikes together. Mm-hmm. And she asked me once, she goes, were you in a Girl Scout?
Yeah, because she always comes prepared. Like I go on a hike and I'm like, I just show up for a good time, have a little bit of water, maybe a snack.
She knows what all the rocks are.
She's like, and then she's like, we need to walk like this. And if you hear this sound, then we got to do this. And I'm like, wait, what? There's a potential for that to happen?
Well, recently I put a video on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it, of what a mountain lion sounds like.
Oh, it's terrifying.
It chirps.
It
sounds like a bird.
Or a bird.
Sounds like a bird. Mm-hmm. So if you're out there and you hear that, there's a mountain lion looking at you.
And that's terrifying.
It is very terrifying.
Wait, can I just say something about nature? You mentioned that, God has put all of these like wonderful animals, and nature is just so beautiful. I saw a reel literally yesterday that was like, how are we so brainwashed that we pay more attention to this? And it was like, a little bit of fat here, or like your little cellulite or whatever. Or than what God has put out. And then it was like her at a waterfall, her walking in nature, her like laying on grass. And I was like, wow, yeah.
Or this.
Yes.
It really makes me feel connected to the world when I'm in nature and appreciating nature. It's just been my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why it was easy to have you and Joshua enjoy it. And one time, Joshua's wife, Lindsay, Josh and I were in the car, and I was, oh, look, there's a hawk. And Josh was looking, and Lindsay's like, that's where he gets it. It's just a hawk. Just a hawk. Yeah, and he's looking, admiring it like I was, because nature's just,
It's so
it's
cool.
second nature to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nature is second and first nature.
We both have brothers named Josh.
No kidding.
Isn't that crazy?
Yep.
We both have husbands named Chris.
Yes.
Yeah.
And okay, wait. I'm sorry for interrupting, but
It's your
on
podcast.
one of our episodes, we were talking about like birthdays and how our families are really aligned. And at the time, I was pregnant, but Dani didn't know yet. And this baby's due date is July 9th, but they're going to probably take her out sooner. She will have a June birthday like Amelia and her Chris.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So now we all.
So now we're
Yes.
all
Her
sharing.
Chris is in November, like mine.
Like you.
I'm in June. Baby Claire will be
Oh
in
my
June.
gosh,
And Ella and
yeah.
Abby are in April.
My dad
Oh, yeah.
and her have the same birthday. So growing up, I always thought when people got married,
They
they have the same birthday.
Guys, did you know that my dad and my stepmom had the same birthday?
Stop. Wow.
This is too many breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
I
I know.
remember when you said that you wanted to know when our anniversary was, and I said, "Well, it was October 22nd." I'm not married to her dad anymore.
What?
But when she found out we both had the same day, that's how she just automatically assumed when you get married, you have the same anniversary, you have the same birthday.
I'm obsessed with
Which
it.
makes sense for a little kid.
Yeah, for a kid, yeah, you would
Mhm.
just think.
Mhm.
You don't know.
Yeah. He used to show up on my job sites. And I asked him one time, when's your birthday? And he said, August 10th. I said, no way. I said, let me see your driver's license. Because I wanted to see, but what I didn't tell him at the time is I wanted to see his driver's license because I want to see where he lived. But I never told him that.
If you would have never known, I said that. Hey, it's been a while. It's okay.
Well, we're friends again, which is nice.
It is. It's nice. It's nice. So bringing us back to nature, there is so much research out about the benefits of forest bathing and
I
getting
love that
sun-
phrase when you put that picture of you there. I thought, oh, that is so cool.
getting sunlight on your face, and then as an extension of that, just having awe. So they say people that can feel awe at least once throughout the day have more joy in their life.
It's so true. Yeah.
It is so true. Honestly, sometimes I don't go outside like in the morning. If Chris is home, he's letting Apollo out, and if I'm not letting Ella out, if I don't have my walk in the morning, I don't go outside in the morning. I find that I'm a little more and crazy, but as soon as I go outside, I'm like,
Just let it all go.
yeah, you can relax.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can see all the blue bonnets out in the back of the house right now.
I love
Yeah.
those
They're
blue
so
bonnets.
pretty.
So for those not in
Yeah.
Texas,
Oh,
it is
yeah.
bluebonnet season here.
Yeah.
So we'll share a photo
Mhm.
of plug the YouTube of what bluebonnets look like here, which
Good
are
idea.
actual how do you
Yeah,
say
in
it?
Washington, we call them lupins.
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 Oh,
It's the same
never knew that.
flower,
Yeah.
but a
And they're
different
bigger.
strain of the same flower because they're a little bit taller.
And they're
but
still blue?
They're just as vivid blue.
Only
Mhm.
Texas calls them bluebonnets.
Blue bonnets?
Blue
Mhm.
bonnets.
And they come in
Mhm.
different colors. Did you know that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is fun.
I know. Let me got plans.
We're so in awe of blue bonnets.
Well, it is a Mother's Day episode,
Yeah,
so it only
that's
makes sense that we're talking about flowers. We have flowers on set. We're in our floral outfits.
Yes.
So for those also not watching, that's a little bit of what you can imagine for Mother's Day.
You're missing out. Just kidding.
So go
I
watch.
love being your mother, by the way.
Oh.
Her and Josh have been two of my greatest blessings in the world. I just love you so much. Thank you.
I'm gonna be
No.
we've come a long way. This is good. Oh,
We
you're crying.
have.
Okay, you're crying and we're not.
There were times when you and I we couldn't communicate.
Mm-mm.
Just I could say something and you would think I'm saying something else, even though I was saying the exact same thing. But I don't know if it's the way I said it but yeah.
Is that the definition of miscommunication? I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
I think it's called the definition of having a daughter.
Yeah.
I think it's just
Teenage
something.
daughter.
Teenage daughter.
Yes.
Just you wait.
Oh, I'm terrified.
No, Amelia, right?
Mhm.
She's almost 9. The other day I said something and she goes, so what? Like, it's starting already.
Oh, Ella started at freaking 3 years old. I'm like, what the hell? I thought we're best friends until you're 12.
But I remember Danielle was such a sweet child and child. And when we'd have to have her in timeout, she'd come out and I'm so sorry, Mom. And she'd always apologize, sincerely apologize until she got to be 12. Then the eye rolling started and the whatever. And she was
early 90s.
between
As if. Oh, yeah.
between 12 and 14, you were
Thank you.
to live with. You were hard to live with.
I know.
But then I thought we were doing well until I heard you say we didn't communicate very well. But I didn't always get along.
Okay, but we didn't.
It's true. It's true. But we got through. Because there were things I did that were not the best things for,
Yeah. And I get, right. Okay. So, and we'll get into everything.
Right.
But and we talked about this, right, on one episode. It's so hard having young kids. It is
Yes, it is.
so hard. But then I feel like probably in my teen years, we relied on each other a lot because we had to.
We had
You were
to.
going
We were
through
a pretty
divorce.
good team for a while.
We were a team, but I think what came out of that was probably a lot of like parentification. So like we're just like in it, right? And
Yeah.
so and I was gone a lot.
You
But
had
I
a
think
boyfriend.
For me, it was a lot of like escapism. It was like escapism from like the conflict and whatever's going on, right? Because I would leave so early in the morning and I would get back at night and I took everything on at school, right? Like every club and then cheerleading and and I wouldn't come home for days sometimes. And I don't know.
I remember.
And this is why I'm glad that you're on so that you can share your perspective, your side, because
you and I lived side by side at that point, but we had different perspectives of what happened and what was going on.
And this is so healthy that y'all are, first of all, that y'all are doing it, but second of all, that y'all are able to do it.
Yeah.
Because not everyone can. And I just saw, I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm really not on social media that much, but I just saw something yesterday again. I think I scrolled for like 10 minutes, but it was like your kids will have a story when they're an adult about their childhood and you have no control over it. You don't know what's going to come out of it. And so you just show up and do the best that you can and then hope that they will have an understanding and that they will be able to see your perspective from it. And they typically won't, probably until they become a parent. And then they can start to see.
Right. Because, kids only see what's in their environment.
Yeah.
They can't see past that. But
I mean, even I see it play out even with my own kids. Like we'll have done something together the same day and they'll have a completely different perspective of what happened. And I'm like literally within the same day. So it does make me wonder, what is their narration going to be when we're older? But you're right. All we can do is show up and do the best that we can.
Parents have never done it before. So they're learning too, right along with the children.
Yeah.
How to parent. Be a parent.
I heard my daughter's principal say, like, I always like to say, it's my first time being a parent. And I'm like, I want to adopt that. I like it. It's true.
It's true.
It's all of, at the very first one, it's our first time.
There's no
and then
rule
it's
book.
your first time with two. You don't know. Like, it's just, there's no rule book.
There's no rule book.
Even if there was, like, how could you
Of
even
course, there's
do that?
thousands of books out there on how to parent.
But there's no real, one right way.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
it's
and every
child
person is
an
different.
individual.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Every person is different. Every parent is different. Every lifestyle is different.
And the type of parent that you need to be for one child is different than the type of parent you need for a different child. But it's so interesting how even the same kids can have a different narration of their upbringing within the same house with the same parents. It's really interesting.
Yeah. How did Josh do that?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Same. Me and my Josh.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay, let's bring us back to the things that our mom taught us, because there is really great things too, right? And so right after awe leads into God. You've planted the seeds. You've raised us as Christians. What is it that you asked yesterday?
I wanted to know, because you went to a Catholic high school. I wanted to know, when you did your homework, were you just putting what the teachers wanted to hear, or if you really believed what you were putting down on paper?
And I did believe at that time everything. And then I went off to college and I learned about evolution and geology and all of these other religions. And it made me really start to question my faith and just like how the different ages of religions. And so I went a period of 15 to 20 years, just totally like probably more agnostic, questioning, totally losing faith. But honestly, it's been this journey through breadcrumbs and tapping back into believing more in like myself and trusting and like knowing there's more than just me. Like there's more out there, probably even being around you more, hearing all these stories from other people. Like we get these breadcrumbs for a reason, right? They're coming from somewhere. And I know, oh, you make me cry.
Okay.
And we say that because it can be the universe or God or something. So, and that's just where I'm at. So thank you for planting seeds for me.
Oh, you're so welcome. I'm sorry, but I can't wait for the day that I see you walk into Jesus' arms. I'm hoping it'll come. I really do.
You know what's really weird about whenever you're saying that? I don't know why, but I got a vision of you getting baptized at church. I just like
as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why. It just like came to me. That's why I got a little when you said that, and then I was like, I'm getting emotional. And then it came to me, and then I was like, ah.
Yeah, because I was baptized as a baby, right? So being raised in the Catholic Church, it's a very different experience. It's very...
Wait, hand me tissue.
Yeah, no. It's very textbook. It's very routine.
Oh, you do things for rote. And,
yes, and there's meditative things in it, right? Like the rosary, and but it's nothing like your church. And so... You exposed me to a lot. You exposed me to different types of churches and being a good human. And I know that I passed that on to my girls about living life, making good choices, and being a good human.
Being good, yeah.
Yeah.
I was 19 when I became a Christian and got baptized. So I was an adult already because I used to think that the Bible was a storybook. That's a whole nother story.
I'm like, wait, can you tell us? Sure. Because I'm interested.
The boy I was in love with in high school became a Christian. And his best friend witnessed to him and he became a Christian. And then he would bring his 12-string guitar over and play these songs. And being, 17 years old or whatever, I wasn't really listening to the words of the songs he was singing. I was just in awe that he was playing the guitar for me, And then he went off to Bible college in Iowa, and he said, do me a favor, read your Bible. And he said, but start with the New Testament. Don't start with the Old Testament, because the Old Testament's all wars, and so-and-so begat so-and-so. And he said, but the New Testament is how we live now. And so, I read the Gospels, and I read Matthew, and then I read Mark, and I thought, well, I just read that story. And then I read Luke, and I thought, okay, it's a bigger story, but it's still the same story. And by the time I was done reading John, I realized that Jesus is a real person. I mean, he's not physically real, but he is a real person, and I need him in my life, and I need to go find a church. And I did, and I've been a Christian ever since. And Jesus is a huge part of my life. He brings me blessings. He brings me... and I see him working in my life, when I do need him in my life, he'd already been working on it before I even asked for whatever I need in my life, or for praying for I do a lot of praying for other people. It's a huge part of my life. And I'm hoping that you can get that someday, because it's such a comfort, such a joy. And I wish that for you.
I know. Right. And as a mom, and you say that your breadcrumbs in your life are from God, and then God leaves you breadcrumbs, which we'll get to.
And I still think Brittany's one of your breadcrumbs because she goes to church. And she has invited you to go to her church. And it sounds like an awesome church. Yes. Yeah. I listen to spiritual music because it's positive and encouraging, what they call it. K-Love Radio.
Oh, yeah.
That's all
Wait, K-Love is up there too?
It's everywhere.
Okay, literally had no idea. I thought it was just an Austin thing.
No, in fact, we hear K-Love Seattle, where it's in Austin. Here, I heard that the other day. Like, whoa, I'm not used to hearing that.
I had no idea.
And when I'm traveling, you skip through because it starts to get static.
Mhm.
You can find another one somewhere. So I can listen to Caleb all the time.
Oh, that's so cool.
And one of my favorite things to do with my sister, we go to concerts all the time. Like we've heard of Toby Mac and Crowder, Jeremy Camp.
How fun.
I've seen
too.
Brandon Lake twice, and he's one of my favorites.
That's a good one. We went to see Mercy Me a few years ago.
Mhm.
Oh,
My newest favorite is Ben Fuller. He's the one that sings Black Sheep.
oh,
Love that
I
song.
love that song.
Love it.
That's a good song.
We're going to see him next year because we're going on the Caleb cruise next year. Yeah.
Dani?
We were on the Caleb cruise in 2025. All the bands are on the ship. You know, we went to the Bahamas and Dominican Republic, and there's bands playing every night scheduled. Then during the day, there's concerts around the pool and on the different decks.
It was awesome.
You'd
It was
that.
awesome. And there were no fights. There was no disagreements. There's kids are on there. They're happy. Everyone's wearing their Caleb shirts. And it was an awesome experience.
Oh, that sounds so cool.
So we're going again in 2027. And Matthew West is going to be,
Ooh.
I want to see him. I haven't seen him yet.
That's a big
And
one.
Ben Fuller. Those
Yeah.
are my two that I really want to see.
Okay, well, we can't wait to see pictures, and better take a video for us.
I have a picture that I took of Brandon Lake, and he's standing right here, and he's kneeling right here because the stage was shaped like a big cross. And I was at this corner of the cross right there.
Cool.
I paid dearly for that ticket, but it was worth it. It was worth it.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to bring us
Okay,
back
sorry.
to things that our moms taught us. You taught me to have a firm handshake.
Yes.
Why was that important for you?
Because when you meet somebody, I don't know, for me, if they just kind of hand you, to me, that's like, where's your character? So it's like, put that right there when you shake people's hand and give them a good, because to me, it's like a first impression. And you only have one time to make a first impression.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that's just good business-like. And yeah.
No, you're right. People have been impressed at work anytime that I've done that. So
Mhm.
Yeah, who wants to have like a
Yeah, you
limp
don't want
fish?
to.
Yeah.
I've had men do that.
it is so
You're
annoying.
like, please don't.
And yeah, I just want, please.
Exactly. Exactly. Beef. Okay, I put beef stew, but I kind of want to tell the gizzard story.
I want to hear this too. What is this gizzard?
Well, let's preface this with they grew up on a ranch. They, my aunts in the room too, everyone. And so my mom exposed me to food that people don't normally eat. I did not know this growing up. So we've had pig's feet and gizzards. I wish y'all could see Brittany's face for those listening. I've eaten rattlesnake, but that came from my dad.
Mhm.
I had squirrel once.
Apollo had squirrel too.
So lots of interesting food. So I grew like I liked gizzards. And so we were going to the coast once with some friends with them, Kara and Robbie, right? We stop at Walmart to get our food and Robbie put gizzards in the cart. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're making gizzards. And he's like, it's bait. Oh my, we found gizzards. No joke, they're in my fridge right now.
We have some. We're going to cook them.
$2.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
That's my favorite.
Oh, this is great. This is great.
Thanks for that, Mom.
Well, you know what? We know that Dani would survive if we had to go rogue, because can you imagine me trying? I don't even like fish. How am I gonna eat a fish?
Oh, you'd have to.
I would be hungry enough to eat a squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're good with a mushroom gravy sauce. Oh, mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes and squirrel. Patty's Diner opening in 2027.
Okay. And then you did teach me that mental health is important.
Yes. Because my family strain on my side has mental health issues and has for generations. And it's chemical imbalance in the brain. And so realizing that you have it and getting help. And I'm a big advocate of mental health medications because it helps me. And I wish my dad would have taken his and his dad would have taken his. And my great grandmother, they didn't talk about that back then, you know. And even my dad didn't like talking about it. Even though he had mental health issues, he would be non-compliant with medication. I'm glad that you are aware and that you are aware for your daughters. If something comes up, you'll be aware. But it is important to be able to talk about it. Can't hide it. If you hide it, you can't get help.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just another thing, another disease, just like diabetes. You get help for that, or high blood pressure. So if you have major depressive disorder, take meds. It does help. Take meds. It helps.
It's a PSA.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad you said that because especially, you know, I think now in this climate of where we are, we talk about it, but I'm sure when you were younger or when you were a young adult, it still was not something that you commonly talked about. So when Dani told her story and we mentioned it, I was impressed that you had the awareness and you were taking steps because it just wasn't as common and no one talked about it as the problem. No one talked about it.
And it's one of the things I watched for my children because I knew I had inherited it on my dad's side of the family. And by the time I had my children, I didn't know that I had it, you know. So the brain chemicals were already bad. So I thought, oh my gosh, they have a 50% chance of having mental health issues. So I watched for it, but I didn't see them in you. But you said you had some as a teen, but you hid it really, really well.
I was really good at hiding it, disassociating.
Oh yes. Yeah.
When you disassociate, you don't know you're doing that. And so, I mean, it didn't hit me face on, and I say this in my episode, right, until I had children. And then I knew, like, I just needed to get help. Like, living in anxiety, like, you don't have to live in anxiety. I just had no idea. I would compensate, I would overcompensate all of my ADHD. Like, I just lived this way. And
sometimes it comes out in anger.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't mean to be angry at your kids or talk. My kids used to say that, why are you talking mad? But I didn't know I was talking mad. I thought I was being direct. And, you know, then I realized my dad talks like he's mad all the time. So that's just came out in me that way.
We do what we know until we know better.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So thank you for that.
Wait, speaking of disassociating, I had a realization or something that came to my attention yesterday. My cousin, who we made the song about, the Guardian Angel song, where her teacher died of toxic shock syndrome.
Oh, wow.
She messaged me and said her teacher did not die of toxic shock syndrome. She has no idea where I got that from. She said, were you just saying that for a better story? I said, no, that's how she died. She said, no, she died in a car crash on Mopac from not wearing a seatbelt. And she said, I don't know if
you're like, but was she wearing a tampon? Oh my God, stop.
Well, she on her way to take it.
I have no idea where that came from in my mind. And she's like, do you have something that like something happened to someone else? And she said, you're disassociating. I said, no idea. I have no idea.
What's your mom be like when she's trying to teach you about tampons? Do you remember that teacher that died? She does just so warning.
I don't remember teaching you about tampons.
You didn't.
Okay, that's why I don't remember.
Well, it was
Kelly, maybe?
No, it was when I came to Texas when I was in high school, and we all wanted to go to a water park. And it was my boyfriend at the time. His sister was like, you can go in the water. And I was like, I can't. I started my period. She's like, just use a tampon. I was like, I don't know how. And she's like, let's get a box. And so we read the box together, and I went in and tried it, and I didn't do it correctly. It was so painful the whole day.
My first time was painful too.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not going swimming.
The whole time I was afraid it was going to fall out. And
I don't even remember my first time with a tampon. No idea.
Mine was very painful.
So those are things my mom didn't teach me.
Oh, my mom didn't teach me that. We had cousins that were saying, because like like Danielle said, we grew up on a cattle ranch, and we were like 25 miles north of Sacramento. And so we had our cousin and her friend came up. They flew up to Sacramento. We picked them up at the airport. And to them, we were driving in the country and driving and driving and driving. And they said, are we ever going to get there? And my dad says, no, it's a ways because we get all our food by airplane drop. Just because it was so far out. But that cousin's the one that gave me a tampon because we had a pool and we went to swimming. But, I look back on it and I think it's because I was maybe 16, 17, but she was in like 21, 22. She was an adult. We were impressed with her because she didn't shave her legs.
The 70s.
Early 70s. Thinking back on it now, I think it was a super size because she's an adult and I was a virgin, so it hurt. It hurt.
Now there's these cups. Have you tried?
Oh, I wear the cup.
Oh, I see.
So wait, okay, here's my question. Because I tried it at home. I loved it. What do you do when you're out? Like if you're at work, like people in an office, what do they do?
I think what you do is you
take paper towels in with you.
Well, there's two different ways. So way number one is you empty it. Sometimes the good news about the cup is you don't have to change it as often as a tampon.
Yeah.
You can go like 12 hours without changing it. So typically if you put it in the morning and you go to work, you don't need to change it, period. But let's say you're traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
in an airport.
In an airport, well, this is going to be gross. But you take it out and either you just take it out, empty it, put it right back in.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or you take it out, you kind of put it into toilet paper, then you get out of the restroom, wash it off, and then go back in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, those things are great because my best friend taught me about it. And I was like, first I was like, oh. And then I tried, I was like, ew. And then I was like, okay, I love this.
I know. Because then you don't have to
How
worry
the
about
money it saves
Exactly.
you too.
Yes.
Tampons and napkins are so expensive.
The pink tax
They
is
got you.
bullshit.
They got you because you
Yeah.
have to have it.
Mm-hmm.
We would like to hear a couple things that your mom taught you.
Oh my gosh. Our mother was like an angel on earth. She was so sweet. My whole life, I never heard her say anything bad about anybody. And it was the original, if you can't say something nice. And like an example for her, she goes, like, if I ever see an ugly baby, I'll say, oh, your baby's so big. Not pretty or look how petite or,
Oh, she could always find something.
She found something to make mom feel good. Because she says sometimes she like,
watch Claire before. Like, your baby's so big. I'm kidding.
Now I'll know.
oh no.
Now I'll know.
Joking.
Yeah. It's, to be kind, always, she like says, the kindest woman. She taught us how to cook from scratch because we saved bacon grease. We fried everything in bacon grease. Chicken tastes so much better in bacon grease than oil, and gizzards. I wish I had that question a few days ago.
I know. We like to surprise you. What about you, Aunt Jerry? I know you're not on a mic, but anything that you can think of that would be worth sharing?
That is
I don't like that word. I didn't say that.
Yeah,
that helped having
us not do that.
Oh, I like that.
She was very
so for
submissive.
Those that can't hear, yes,
Yeah.
she was submissive. She did have, and this was kind of the sign of the times, right? Like, what
Yes.
year did they get married?
53.
In 1953. So the man of the household, she was submissive.
He paid the bills.
And made all the decisions.
Mhm.
She knew her place.
Yes.
But what you're saying is you learned how to not be like that in your relationships.
Mhm.
So I think that's good.
She was not an equal partner.
No. Here's what I will say about her, and then Brittany will definitely get to your stuff, is I loved how active she was. She did the treadmill, she did her keyboard, she did her crossword puzzles. Like, it's ironic how she ultimately passed away from Alzheimer's because she did all the things that you're supposed to be doing. Taking the vitamins, and
Mhm.
they worked in the yard. And
They did more than work in the yard. After my dad retired, they bought houses and flipped them and sold them. And between the time they started doing that and the time they decided they were too old, They flipped 67 houses
Wow.
and did most of the work themselves. The two of them.
That's
Worked
impressive.
like
The
a
original
dog.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, my dad could do electric, plumbing, concrete, carpentry, windows. And my mom was the perfect gopher for him.
that's what we're missing these days. It's like,
Mhm.
I really feel like we need to go back to knowing how to do just things in general,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? Like,
Mhm.
I can't even keep a plant alive, guys. Okay. Like,
You
Well,
know,
okay, I'm gonna interject because
Okay.
here I am on my AI soapbox. That's where I think the jobs are going to grow or stay is in these tradesmen
trades.
in the trades
Mhm.
positions.
oh, it's already starting.
Welding.
It's already
you
starting.
know, and
Yeah. I mean, even schools right now are doing programs where you go right out of, or like in high school, you're learning like welding, let's say, and then you
Mhm,
do a,
mhm.
1 to 2 year trade school, and then you have license or associates or
such a-
something, and you can go straight into the field.
Yeah. Well, when Jerry and I were in high school, they had home ec class. And they had
I miss
shop.
that.
They
Can
had
we have that
shop.
again?
They had woodworking, and they had mechanics. You know, only the boys were allowed to do it, and only the girls could do home ec at the time. Because when I was in high school, we weren't allowed to wear pants. We had to wear dresses. And I always liked working with tools. I could have been out there making cabinets and stuff. I had to go to home ec and make a stuffed hippo pillow.
I was like, where's my drill?
not a hippo pillow.
It was pink, and it had a little lace around the body, in the middle of the body for the skirt.
That's terrible.
But also, I want it.
I wanted to do the boy things. We were always tomboys. We grew up in, on our Angus ranch, and we climbed trees. We climbed the electrical tower.
What?
We would be higher than the crop dusting planes going over. We'd wave to the pilots. Dangerous, but we
Very
did it all the
dangerous.
time.
Both of y'all did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
We were very fit because we didn't have brothers. We bucked our own hay. We've had the cows. We've had the chickens. We did everything.
It's just y'all two?
Well, we had an older sister, but
an older
she's
sister.
passed.
Okay.
But she didn't like doing all that, so she stayed in the house and cleaned house,
Mm.
which is fine with us.
You're like,
I
yes,
still
please.
hate cleaning house. So she did all the inside work, and Jerry and I did all the outside work.
I love that.
My mom's favorite phrase was, "This too shall pass."
Mm.
She, because of my dad, so they had to go through periods of hardship for her, but she'd always say, "This too shall pass." And I remember that phrase too.
That's a good phrase. It's so funny, like, because I feel like that's a newer phrase, but I guess it's been around a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's biblical.
Ah, so it's been around a lot longer.
Yeah.
Wait, it is in the Bible, right?
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things that isn't, but it sounds like it should be.
Oh,
Let me look it up.
I know. Like, can we Google it real quick? Look, I'm over here like, that's not a Bible.
Our producer, Aunt
Oh yeah,
Carrie.
producer Jerry.
She's looking it up.
Okay, so while she's looking that up, yeah, like where does that even come from? Do you want to speak next to the things that your mom's taught you?
Well, okay, so my mom's gonna kill me for saying this. But I used to joke that I was gonna write a book called "Things My Mother Never Taught Me," and because my nickname is Brittany, because I'm a brat. You would never know, right? But I was spoiled rotten, but not really, right? Like, but they, it's just, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm a brat, but I am. But I would be like, Mom, like, she'd be like, Brittany, like, vacuum. I'd be like, I don't know how to vacuum. You never taught me how to vacuum. Or like, she'll be like, hey, can you do this? I'm like, well, you never taught me how to mop the floor. And she's like, no, I did teach you. You just didn't listen. And I'm like, no, you never taught me these things. So anytime like I have like something where I don't know how to do it, I'm like, oh, sorry, my mom never taught me that.
Watch Ella's gonna pull this on you.
Oh, I'm sure karma is a bee. And this one is going to get me with it. So, but I mean, in all honesty, what did my mom teach me? Oh man. I would say my mom taught me, honestly, my mom taught me how to show up for others and how to love unconditionally.
Those are good.
Yeah. Like
Those are good.
she's always the person that's there for other people, especially family. And I always used to say, like, I can't wait to be a mom. And I just hope I'm half as good as mom as you were. And I'm not going to cry, but I love my mom. And I asked her to be on the podcast and she said no. So shout out Tammy.
And she's great. She's great. Aw.
Yeah, mom's the best. Did you find out about
Aunt Jerry says,
Oh,
and I
Producer
can't really
Jerry.
read it on here. Producer Jerry, this too shall pass is not a direct quote from the Bible, but it aligns with the biblical theme that earthly struggles are temporary and passing. The sentiment is similar to 2 Corinthians 4:17-18. It speaks of light momentary affliction preparing for eternal weight of glory.
See, I'm glad we learned because I'm over here just saying, like, that's in the Bible. My
Sounds
problem.
like it should be a psalm or a proverb.
My problem is I will just be like, yeah, that's part of the God said that. And then I'm like, wait, did he? I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to bring this back to something that's a little bit controversial for 2 reasons. So, I don't like, back to the mental health, when people are like, you just need to pray more, or you just need more Jesus. And secondarily, people that make it political. Oh, you libtards and all of your mental health issues. It's like, no. Mental health issues, it's not a religious thing. Maybe it'll help, and it's not political. There's no party lines when it has to do with mental health. So
True.
Agreed.
I just need to say that.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
It does bother me, as someone who loves God and is, I'm not religious, but I love Jesus. Actually,
Spiritual.
at my church, it says,
Mhm.
forget religion, find God,
Mhm.
because religion is man-made, and that's not what Jesus wanted. But I get where people say, like, pray about it because God does answer prayers, but that doesn't mean, and in the Bible, don't ask me to quote it, but it does say, like, you have to take actions. You can't just pray and say, God will take care of it and just sit back and wait. God says, no, take action. Listen to what listen to what I say and take actionable steps
Mhm.
to that. And then I will open up the doors for you. So
Mhm.
that's
Love
my
it.
2 cents. Preacher Brittany, just kidding.
I can't wait for that book to come out.
I remember something else I taught you that was a little bit controversial
Yeah.
because it's not nowadays not to wear a black bra under a white shirt.
That's true.
Oh.
I remember you teaching me that.
Back then, I mean, people do it all the time, all colors now. But
Yeah.
back then, that was like, ooh, she's a slut.
Yeah.
Now I'm not
Yeah.
even wearing a bra. There you go, Mom.
Obsessed.
Nina. How did your Nina teach your mom?
I'm going to cry. So one breadcrumb that we realized from today and that I didn't put 2 and 2 together, but we're recording the Mother's Day episode today. And my Nina passed on this day 12 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And she was a really big part of all of our lives. She was the matriarch. She was the goat of all time. And what did she teach us? Man, she taught us about Jesus. She taught us to love God and to love others and to treat everyone with respect. And I don't know. I feel like I could do a laundry list of things that she taught us. She was just a good person, integrity. She used to get us for presents, right? We would get regular presents too. But every Christmas, she would also get us something like a new Bible or something like a cool, remember What Would Jesus Do bracelets? Those were really back in the day.
Mhm.
Those were the thing. We would get that, or she got my brother a nice cross one, and just like little things like that I don't know, like it just sticks with you, and maybe it's not the, new Xbox. I don't know I don't remember what we liked as kids. You don't remember that kind of crap. You don't remember the crap that you got as a kid, but you remember those sentimental things. Where I still even have one of my teenage Bibles that she got me.
Oh, nice.
It was cool. It was like for teenagers, and it looked like a magazine. And I want to give that to Ella. I mean, probably won't be relevant, but
No,
you know?
you're right. Yeah, I still have my grandma's rosary that she gave me. She's the one that with the what arm is it on? The tattoo.
Yeah. So I just think it's really crazy that today we're recording a Mother's Day episode.
Right?
And then we said that, and I was like, wait, what's today? This is a breadcrumb that we were supposed to be doing this, and that she is here supporting this.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I have something I wanted to say about, you still have your Bible, but I saw a thing on Facebook last week that I wish I'd have known when my children were little. Open your Bible and put your child's hand in it and trace their hand in your Bible. Every couple of years, do another one.
It's a good idea.
Especially since you got a little one coming.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that cool? So it's because the Bible is something you're going to keep forever.
Right.
But to have your children's hand
Handprint
traced
in the Bible.
in the Bible, right on the page.
Yeah.
Because it's just an outline, so you can still read it.
Yeah.
I thought that's
that's a good idea.
Good idea.
We actually got a Bible. Well, when Ella was dedicated, they gave us a Bible that had her name inscripted, and it was very nice. And so I should start doing that with her too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing you were reminding me, you said that this is the day that you're.
We call her Nina.
The day I married your dad was actually the 100th anniversary of one of my great-grandmothers. That I did not know it at the time until I got our family Bible and I was looking at it. My gosh, my great-grandmother was born 100 days before I married your dad. To the day, 100 years.
Exactly 100. That's
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
See, it's like these little moments that are breadcrumbs that show up, that it's like, it's just maybe a reminder that they're here with us and they're watching over us and they are putting their blessing on whatever that thing is that we're doing.
Mhm.
I love that.
It's pretty amazing.
It is.
Which, in fact, my mom answered a breadcrumb for you today.
Yes, please talk about it because I'm so
Let's do
excited.
that. And so, for again, those that are not watching, we'll have to describe what's on set.
Okay, so let me set the stage. So Dani texted me a few days ago and was like, "Hey, what did you say exactly? Actually, don't let me tell the story. I forget everything." You were like,
Do you want it random? It's not even Christmas time. Do you want a Christmas village?
"Yeah." She was like, "Would you like any of these like Christmas village things?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll take literally any of them that you don't want," because I've always wanted a Christmas village my whole life. I thought it's so cute, so cool. And then I moved into this new house where I actually had space for it, because at my old house, there was nowhere to put it, right? Like there wasn't a specific spot, but here I have like visions. And I went looking this Christmas and I was like, oh shit, that's expensive. I'm not going to be able to afford a village. It'll take me 50 years to do it. And so when she did that, I was like, oh my God. And then Patti was like, I answered a breadcrumb.
I was excited to do that.
Oh, and they're so cute. So here's one of them. Isn't it so cute? The detailing is beautiful. And I mean, how many are there? There's like
15.
15. It's a true whole village that are all cute like this. There's one that is like handmade and that is really hand painted. And it looks so, I don't even know what that one is, but it's really cool. And they're all so cute. And I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
I was like, I don't need anything the rest of the year. Like, I'm good. I got all my presents today.
I'm
yes,
so
they're
happy to share them with you. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
bringing them. And they're intricate. So for those in Central Texas will know a lot of these homes remind me of the houses that they look like they're from, these small German towns around Central Texas. So like Fredericksburg is probably the best example or most well-known example because of like the stone. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Thank you, Mom.
We have a
Thank you.
town like that up by us called Leavenworth. It's a German town, and you can go to German restaurants. And
Is that the Christmas town up in Washington?
yeah.
Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay, tell the people. You're the one mic'd up.
Oh, it's only a couple hours away from Seattle, but it's the whole main street is all like Bavarian looking. You can hear German music.
It's known for being a Christmas town.
Yeah, you can go into
love
Christmas
that.
shops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
Or
to
taking a pause.
When we come back, we'll get into more of your story.
Okay.
That concludes part 1 of our Mother's Day special. We hope you enjoyed all things our mothers taught us and grandmothers too. Tune in next week for part 2, where we dive more into my mom's story, her trauma, abuse, our relationship, and how my mom worked through all of this throughout her life. So we hope you join us next week and have a fabulous Mother's Day. We may cuss, we may offend.
Maybe don't listen to this with your kids in the car. We're here to learn and laugh, not to offend.
We are not experts, so take what resonates and professional advice where needed. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you've loved today's conversation, subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. Continue picking up the breadcrumbs by leaving us a review and sharing.
Follow us on socials. We are at Instagram at The Breadcrumb Effect, TikTok at The Breadcrumb Effect Pod, and YouTube at The Breadcrumb Effect.
Let us know your favorite episode or what you'd like to see.
Want to be a guest or know someone with a story? Fill out our guest interest form linked in our bios.
Finally, let us know if you found the hidden loaf. Until next time, keep picking up those breadcrumbs.
They're leading you exactly where you're meant to be. Happy Mother's Day to them.
Oh my God, I totally forgot this is a Mother's Day episode. I think it's easier for me if you ask me some questions because I'm like, start my story where, you know, and what
go.
story are you wanted to hear?
And start
We'll guide
from
you.
when you came out of the womb.
No. Slimy.
No. Testing.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Say something, anything.
Something, anything. These walls are really bringing the green out in your eyes. Look
You
at
said
her
that.
eyes.
Yeah, I was like, we have to pick a color that, you know,
Your eyes look green right now.
it's cool.
Yeah.
I put a picture up of it behind our faces to see how it would.
Yeah.
It's
And it
pretty.
looks
It's a
good.
color.
Yeah.
It is pretty.
Yeah.
Lynn, do you want a chair?
Yeah, you didn't hear right here.
My sister's here.
She said she didn't want to do that, so because she didn't
There's a
want
chair
y'all
right
to,
there.
to
Don't
get
worry,
her.
I'm going to cut you out.
Don't go behind, Jerry.
That's okay.
um,
Oh man, she's gonna kill me for not having anything. No, she won't kill me. Or will she? Just kidding.